I never imagined one casual social media post could flip my entire world upside down. But there I was, scrolling like any other day with this weird, quiet expectation, and suddenly it felt like the floor dropped out beneath me. My wife, a woman I believe I knew inside out, had posted this glowing tribute about her soulmate therapist. She described him as insightful, transformational, deeply connected to her emotions. At first, I laughed. It felt ridiculous. How could a total stranger have that kind of grip over her heart and brain? But that laugh disappeared fast when my notifications started blowing up. Messages from mutuals, screenshots, subtle warnings, and then the truth spilled out. This therapist she idolized had lost his license, not temporarily, not over some technical issue, permanently. The kind of professional downfall that leaves nothing but destruction. I felt shock first, then fear. What did she really know about this man? How much of our life had she handed over to someone who wasn't even legitimate anymore? Those mornings we had together. The advice she insisted came from him. The little quotes about patience and growth. Were they real wisdom or just illusions built on someone who had temporary influence? I remember sitting on the edge of our bed, my chest heavy, the disbelief crushing me. The walls felt like they were silently calling me naive for trusting so blindly. Every picture of us, every sweet memory suddenly felt fragile, like it could all collapse with one touch. And then I understood. The betrayal wasn't just about this therapist. It was about the joy she took in believing she found guidance somewhere outside our home, outside the life we shared. She was searching for validation, comfort, and significance from someone who was not me. And in that chase, she forgot the partner who was building a life with her the entire time. The warning signs first appeared small, almost laughable if they weren't so brutal in hindsight. Late night scrolling, quiet giggles that didn't involve me, a sudden bright spark in her eyes whenever she'd talk about sessions and all his new perspectives. I told myself I was overthinking. Maybe she just needed direction, someone to help her manage stress. But then the whispers became undeniable. Friends reached out, not to gossip, to alert me. Have you seen the news? His license. He's finished. My chest tightened. Disbelief turned into a slow burn of anger. This man she praised, the one she's poured every emotional secret into, had been stripped of his authority. And the chaos spiraled from there. That was only the beginning. At home, everything started shifting. Our finances started looking off. Our conversations that once felt warm now felt hollow, defensive, evasive. That's when it hit me. She had been investing more into him than into us. Not even just money, but her admiration, her trust, her emotional bandwidth. Our marriage's foundation felt unstable. Like every moment we once cherished had been quietly replaced by the adrenaline of forbidden emotional dependence. Then the final truth arrived and took whatever calm I had left. Emails, calls, online posts exposed it all. He wasn't just unlicensed. He falsified credentials. He damaged other people's lives. He manipulated vulnerable minds. And my wife wasn't just influenced. She publicly worshipped him. Every comment she made praising him became a symbol of blind devotion. The scandal wasn't only his downfall. It stained her too. And suddenly, everything we built felt like it could collapse. Not because of me, but because of the person I trusted most. The day the full story broke, the atmosphere inside our home felt suffocating. News outlets blasted his destruction, his revoked license, his shattered image, and with it, the fantasy my wife built around him fell apart in full view. She tried to defend herself, claiming she only wanted help, guidance, support. But the consequences had already landed. The same friends who admired her choices now doubted her judgment. Co-workers she quoted him to now question her credibility. And I felt an emptiness settle inside me. Because she hadn't just lost faith in him, she lost her self-respect and her place in our life. I watched her unravel, realizing the entire time I was loyal, steady, consistent. She had placed her faith in someone else instead. That emotional distance that creeped in earlier now expanded into something impossible to bridge. Regret started showing in her eyes, painfully, slowly, but too late. She tasted the rush of outside influence. And now she was learning what that fascination cost her. I didn't mock her. I didn't enjoy watching her fall. I just stepped back and let the consequences unfold. There was a quiet, almost poetic justice in watching someone confront the ruins caused by the wrong devotion, by worshiping someone who never deserved that trust. Losing him became the catalyst for losing herself, too. And as I stood there, facing the wreckage of our life, I realized something harsh but true. Sometimes the people who claim they'll guide you are the exact people who lead you into destruction. And the worst heartbreak comes when trust is broken not by lies, but by choosing the wrong person to trust in the first place. By the end, she was left alone with the fallout of her choices, and I was left with clarity, steadiness, and a firm, quiet decision that my life, though bruised, would move forward without her illusions dragging behind me.